Olivia Hart was a beacon of light, a radiant smile that could brighten even the cloudiest day. She possessed a contagious laugh and a spirit that yearned for adventure. But beneath her cheerful exterior, Olivia carried a weight, a heaviness that only nature's embrace could seem to lift. The bustling city, with its concrete jungle and relentless pace, often felt suffocating. Olivia sought solace in the tranquility of the great outdoors. Hiking became her sanctuary, a way to reconnect with herself and find peace amidst towering trees and winding trails. The Blue Ridge Mountains, with their majestic peaks and verdant valleys, held a particular allure. It was there, amidst the whisper of wind through the leaves and the gentle babbling of brooks, that Olivia felt truly free. Weekends were her escape. Olivia would pack her backpack with essentials: water, snacks, a map, and her trusty compass. She found comfort in the familiar weight of her hiking boots crunching against the earth, each step carrying her further away from the noise and chaos of city life. The solitude of the wilderness was her therapy, a place where she could shed her worries and simply exist. Olivia's love for hiking was more than just a hobby. It was an intrinsic part of who she was. It was her escape, her sanctuary, her way of connecting with something larger than herself. Little did she know, her sanctuary was about to become the setting of her worst nightmare. The crisp autumn air crackled with anticipation, a prelude to the adventure that lay ahead. Olivia set off on what was supposed to be a routine weekend hike, her heart brimming with excitement and a touch of nostalgia. She had chosen a familiar trail, one she had traversed many times before, a moderate loop through a secluded section of the Blue Ridge Mountains. The path was like an old friend, comforting and reliable. The vibrant hues of fall painted the landscape in breathtaking shades of crimson, gold, and russet, creating a picturesque backdrop for Olivia's solo adventure. Each leaf seemed to tell a story, whispering secrets of the forest. She had informed her roommate Sarah of her plans, as she always did. It was a ritual of sorts, a way to ensure someone knew where she was. Olivia was meticulous about safety, never venturing into the wilderness without letting someone know her whereabouts. Her backpack was packed with essentials: a map, a compass, snacks, and extra layers for warmth. She sent Sarah a quick text message with the name of the trailhead and her estimated time of return, promising to check in as soon as she was back in cell service. It was a small gesture, but one that brought peace of mind. The first few hours of the hike unfolded uneventfully, the trail winding gently through the forest. Olivia fell into a comfortable rhythm, her senses attuned to the symphony of the forest. Olivia fell into a comfortable rhythm, her senses attuned to the symphony of the forest. The rustling leaves, the distant call of a bird, the crunch of twigs underfoot. It was a melody she never tired of. Sunlight dappled through the canopy, casting intricate patterns on the forest floor. The play of light and shadow was mesmerizing, a dance of nature that captivated her. The scent of pine needles and damp earth filled the air, a fragrance Olivia found both invigorating and calming. It was a reminder of the wild beauty that surrounded her. As the day wore on, Olivia veered off the main trail, drawn by the allure of a less traveled path. The promise of discovery was too tempting to resist. She had always been a curious soul, eager to explore hidden corners and uncharted territory. The unknown called to her, a siren song of adventure. This particular detour promised a scenic overlook, a chance to witness the sunset from a vantage point few had the privilege of experiencing. The thought of such a view spurred her on. The path narrowed, becoming increasingly overgrown and difficult to navigate. Branches clawed at her clothes, and the underbrush thickened with each step. Olivia pressed onward, her excitement growing with each step. The thrill of the unknown was a powerful motivator, pushing her to explore further. She rounded a bend, expecting to be greeted by the breathtaking vista she had envisioned. Her heart raced in anticipation of the view that awaited her. Instead, she found herself facing an unexpected sight. An old, dilapidated cabin, seemingly abandoned and forgotten by time. The structure stood in stark contrast to the vibrant life of the forest, a relic of a bygone era. Hours turned into a night of agonizing worry for Sarah. Olivia was never late, not without letting her know. She tried Olivia's cell phone repeatedly, but it went straight to voicemail. Panic began to set in. Sarah tried to rationalize the situation, telling herself that Olivia's battery probably died or that she had simply lost track of time. But deep down, a knot of fear tightened in her stomach. As dawn broke, painting the sky in hues of pink and orange, Sarah could bear the uncertainty no longer. She contacted the park rangers, her voice trembling as she explained the situation. Olivia's failure to return, coupled with the lack of any communication, was a clear indication that something was amiss. The park rangers sprang into action, launching a search and rescue operation. They scoured the trails, their calls of Olivia's name echoing through the once peaceful wilderness. Volunteers joined the search party, their faces etched with concern as they combed through the dense undergrowth. Each passing hour deepened the mystery surrounding Olivia's disappearance. Days turned into a blur of frantic searching and fading hope. The media picked up Olivia's story, her smiling face plastered across news channels and social media feeds. The public was captivated by the mystery of the missing hiker, offering prayers and holding out hope for her safe return. But as the days turned into weeks, the optimism began to dwindle. The trail had gone cold, and the mystery surrounding Olivia's disappearance only deepened. Section 4. Whispers from the Woods. Olivia's journal reveals her fears. A glimmer of hope emerged from the dense undergrowth, a beacon of light piercing through the thick canopy of trees. It was as if the forest itself was offering a clue, a sign that something significant lay hidden within its depths. A search party stumbled upon a small, leather-bound journal tucked beneath a fallen log, partially concealed by a scattering of autumn leaves. The discovery was unexpected, a relic of someone's journey lost to time. The journal belonged to Olivia, a name that had become synonymous with mystery and unanswered questions. Her name was etched into the worn leather cover, a silent testament to her presence in the forest. Its pages contained her thoughts, her fears, and a chilling account of the events leading up to her disappearance. Each entry was a window into her mind, revealing the gradual unraveling of her once steadfast spirit. Entries from the early days of her hike were filled with Olivia's characteristic optimism and love for nature. She wrote with enthusiasm about the beauty she encountered, the serenity of the forest trails, and the joy of being surrounded by nature. She described the beauty of the trail, the vibrant colors of the foliage, and the way the sunlight filtered through the leaves, casting dappled shadows on the ground. The thrill of spotting wildlife, from the graceful deer that roamed the woods to the birds that sang from the treetops, each encounter a reminder of the forest's untamed beauty, and the sense of peace she found in solitude. The forest was her sanctuary, a place where she could escape the chaos of the world and find solace in the quiet embrace of nature. But as the entries progressed, a subtle shift in tone became apparent. The once cheerful and light-hearted notes began to take on a darker, more ominous quality. Olivia wrote of an unsettling feeling, a sense of being watched. It was as if the forest, once her refuge, had turned against her, its shadows now hiding unseen eyes. She described shadows lurking at the edge of her vision, dark shapes that seemed to move just out of sight, always there but never fully seen. The sound of footsteps following her, echoing through the trees, a constant reminder that she was not alone, though she was seemingly alone. The forest, once a place of peace, had become a labyrinth of fear and uncertainty. She dismissed these occurrences as her imagination running wild, a byproduct of spending too much time in her own head. She tried to rationalize the fear, convincing herself it was nothing more than the tricks of a tired mind. One entry, in particular, sent chills down the spines of those who read it. It was a stark departure from her earlier writings, filled with a palpable sense of dread. Olivia described reaching the overlook, a place she had longed to see, where the forest opened up to reveal a breathtaking view of the valley below, her heart pounding with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. The beauty of the scene was overshadowed by a growing sense of unease. She wrote of a sudden rustling in the bushes behind her, a sound that shattered the stillness and sent her heart racing. The feeling of someone's eyes on her back, it was an instinctual fear, a primal response to the unknown. She turned swiftly, but there was no one there. The forest was empty, yet the feeling of being watched persisted, an invisible presence that refused to leave her. She was alone, yet the feeling of being watched intensified. It was as if the forest itself had eyes, observing her every move. The final sentence of the entry was scrawled in hurried handwriting, the letters jagged and uneven, the ink smudged as if by a trembling hand. The ink smudged as if by a trembling hand. "Someone is watching me." These words, simple yet terrifying, captured the essence of Olivia's final days in the forest, a haunting reminder of the unknown that lurks in the shadows. Section 5. A Digital Breadcrumb Trail. Olivia's phone offers a glimmer of hope. The discovery of Olivia's journal sent shockwaves through the investigation. It was a tangible piece of her life, filled with her thoughts, fears, and observations. Each page turned was like peeling back a layer of the mystery surrounding her disappearance. What started as a missing persons case now had the chilling overtones of something far more sinister. The journal hinted at secrets and dangers that Olivia had been aware of, but had not fully understood. The entries in Olivia's journal painted a picture of a young woman slowly becoming aware of the danger closing in around her. Her words were filled with a growing sense of unease, as if she could feel the invisible threads of fate tightening around her. The question was, had she stumbled upon something she shouldn't have? Or had she become the target of something far more sinister? The investigators were left to ponder whether Olivia had been a mere witness or an unfortunate participant in a larger, darker scheme. Days later, a break in the case came from an unexpected source: Olivia's phone. This small device, often overlooked in its importance, now held the potential to unlock the secrets of her final moments. A hiker, drawn off the beaten path by the vibrant colors of a rare wildflower, discovered the device wedged between two rocks near a stream. It was a stroke of luck, a chance encounter that could change the course of the investigation. The phone was damaged, its screen cracked, but it still held a charge. This was a crucial detail, as it meant the data inside could still be accessed and analyzed. For the investigators, it was like unearthing a digital treasure chest. Every file, every photo, every video was a potential clue, a piece of the puzzle that could lead them to the truth. The phone contained a series of photos and videos that Olivia had taken during her hike. These images were a window into her final hours, capturing moments of joy and tranquility. Most were harmless, showcasing the beauty of nature and Olivia's infectious smile. They were snapshots of a young woman enjoying the serenity of the wilderness, unaware of the impending danger. But one video, taken towards the end of her journey, sent a chill down the spines of even the most seasoned investigators. It was unlike the others, filled with a sense of urgency and fear. The video was shaky, the footage distorted as if Olivia was running. Her breaths were audible, quick and panicked, adding to the tension of the scene. The camera darted back and forth, capturing glimpses of the dense undergrowth and the setting sun casting long shadows through the trees. It was clear she was trying to escape from something or someone. Then, a blurry figure emerged from the trees, a shadowy silhouette that sent shivers down the spines of everyone in the room. The figure's presence was menacing, a dark omen in the fading light. The figure lunged towards the camera and the video cut out. This abrupt end left the investigators with more questions than answers, but it also provided a crucial lead in the search for Olivia.